Okay. Think I am live. People complaining in chat. Alright. Hello people in YouTube land. There I am. Alright. How's the music in the background sound? That okay? Volume wise? Yeah, I do have a fan running in the background too. Let's try this. Let me adjust that. Any better? Let's bump that down a little bit more. It's not on mine. Hey, Bink. I'll just bump this all the way down here. Hey, Thomas Davey, what's up, man? Scotty. I'm not sure, Scott. It wasn't like this the other night. I'm doing the same thing I did then. Let me pull it up on my phone just to see. Just take a minute. Sorry guys, just hanging on. I want to check something here. Get started in a moment. Yeah, I'm not hearing it when I listen to it on my phone. So I think it should be okay. Yeah, thanks, Scott. Screwing me up here. Okay, guys. Let's get going with this. Okay. Alright. So, in my first stream a couple nights ago, I built the little Bro Thor Asgard set, which was really fun. And we had some peeps here, and it was a good time. So I wanted to go ahead and just try another stream tonight. And since I have to do some part sorting, I figured why not stream it and get on with you guys and, you know, see how things go. Have a little bit of interaction and all that good stuff. Okay. So, I did post a short video today on a sweet part haul that I got from my local store. That is not what this is. I will get to this in 1 second. First, let me show you guys a couple things if you haven't watched that video that I found at my store today. 1 second here. Alright. So, on the Facebook Pick-a-Brick Wall group, I've seen these the past couple days in other stores. People have been posting this. But at my store, I went in today and found these. These are really cool. these corrugated panel pieces and these support pieces. They did tell me that because the supply is low, they only had like one box or so. They were really limiting what people could get. They said like 1 cup or so. So I didn't go crazy, but each of these is basically like a cup worth. I was able to do a little bit more or so. Found some great pieces, all good. But the other thing that I found too, at least this is cool for me because I haven't seen these in a while, a bunch of dark bluish gray door/window frames. So that's going to help me. I want to build another skyscraper, so that's cool for that. And they had tree leaf pieces out there in 2 colors. So that's really awesome. So I got a whole bunch of those as well. So that's going to be some sorting that I might do later on. We'll see. But very excited about that. Definitely some awesome pieces. Yeah, I was stoked to see those. My reason for going today was because I got paid this week and I wanted to buy the 3-in-1 castle, which I did that anyway. But of course I checked my wall and lo and behold, those were there. And I'm like, oh, score. So, boom, got those. Okay. So, what am I going to do today? In this box is a whole bunch of parts that I got from participating in a parts draft. And some folks may not have heard of what that is, so I'm going to explain a little bit about what the process was, at least in what I participated in. And it's actually my 3rd time doing it. It wasn't the first, and it's been a lot of fun. So basically the idea is group of folks get together. I know Scott is on here. Scott's in a lug or 2. Lugs can do these kind of things. That's actually where I've heard of them before, the ones I participated in. Yes, it was Nets. Thomas Davey. Yep, it was Nets. Anyway, so the idea of a parts draft is you have a group of people that basically get together, and a determination was made to pick up any number of particular sets that the group agreed on that would be cool for parting out. The first one I did, what was it? We parted out a bunch of those Creator Toy shops, the 3-in-1 Toy Shop Townhouse ones. The previous one that I just participated in like 2 months ago, we did a bunch of the child sets. So a lot of sand green and dark tan from that, which is really, really cool. And this one was parting out a bunch of those generic, just classic sets that you can find at like Walmart or whatever for really cheap. We got like 4 boxes of the larger one. I forget the set numbers. My apologies, guys. And then we actually found a couple of cheap ones of those smaller ones, so like 1,000 pieces or something. So we had like 6 or 7 boxes worth of parts for a draft of like 12 people, I believe it was. So the idea is, and this is at least how this one was run, what we do is we basically all pay in to the draft. And it depends on how it rounds out with the number of people and what the value of the sets and the shipping was. This one, I believe, was, if I recall correctly, $56 for each participant, including shipping. Which, I mean, this box is a $15 flat rate box. So, I mean, if you think about that, that's not bad at all. So you pay in, and then when it gets to be draft day, what we've been doing at least is we jump on a Discord channel, and we get into a video/audio stream, the group of us. There is an MC basically that will kind of run it based on a master sheet that was put together in advance of all the parts, basically creating lot numbers like 1 through I think 492 in this case of all the different parts that were included in these different things we're going to be getting from these sets. So a ton of different things. So that was really cool. And the idea is basically you pick an order, and we randomized it, and then kind of like an NFL draft, kind of fantasy draft if you've done one of those, or like fantasy football or hockey, whatever, anything like that. The idea with those is, person 1 goes and you work your way through up to, person 12 in this case, and each person's picking a lot number. So, person 1 picks lot number 25, person 2 picks, 55, etc., going up through each person. They take a turn. Then it reverses itself, so you get up to person 12, in our case. Person 12 gets 2 picks because you're reversing backwards, so 12 picks less in the first round. But then for round 2, they're picking first, and it's going backwards. So if you're like person 12 or you're person 1, you're going to go wild between your picks. If you're in the middle, it's not horrible, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. People are kind of joking back and forth about things, but that's kind of the idea. Is it's a way to get a bunch of sets, get a lot of pieces in groups, and get things out from it. So it's fun. So I know Scott had some questions about that. Does that answer your questions, Scott? Does anybody else have questions about what a parts draft is? This was my 3rd one. I intend on participating in another one with the group, probably in 2 or 3 months when we have another one. If you're able to participate in one, I highly recommend it. I think it was a great bit of fun. And it's a great way to get a lot of parts that you might not otherwise get and just build up your inventory without having to go, like me, to a pick-a-brick all the time or doing Bricklink. Okay, very good. Brick Sergeant, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Okay, after all that blabbering, let me go ahead and get started. Got a bunch of things here to use for some sorting. I normally do this by myself off camera, so we will see how well this goes. Okay. Again, these are all sorted by the MC, the person that kind of coordinated the draft. And basically the idea is, again, my apologies that the webcam is not the best, so the focusing will be iffy. But you'll see each parts or set of parts are labeled with a lot number. And again, you just go around and you pick, what lots you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just start pulling a bunch of these things out, just to give you guys a perspective of how much there is, especially from this one that we just did. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, look at this. For $40-something, not counting the shipping, that's not bad at all to get a whole variety of stuff. I will note, I had developed a whole ranking on my spreadsheet of like different categories of parts that I wanted, and after like the 2nd or 3rd round, it honestly becomes a crapshoot because people are picking your parts, and there's groaning and chuckling. But you know what? It's still fun. I highly recommend it. So, let's start and see what kinds of stuff I have here. So, this is not quite as exciting as building. Hopefully you guys don't get too bored. You can hang out and chat and answer questions and stuff like that too. You can kind of get an idea and see what this is like. So, for example, one of the things I had wanted to get was a bunch of these 1x1 round pieces. So I picked a couple different lots that had these guys here, for example. And depending on what people want, you might be able to get things pretty easily as you're still going through, and other things are in like high demand, like things like plates, for example. People are snatching these up pretty quickly. So it all depends on what you want to get. Dion, what's up, dude? How's it going? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being on. Greg, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you. Wasn't expecting you to be here. How many cups? Gosh. I think this could probably fit maybe around 3. I think so. And yeah, Greg actually was in on that. So Greg, I was explaining before you jumped on what a parts draft is and kind of what was going on. But if you want to tout how fun it was, please feel free to do so as well. But I'm going to go through and just start picking out a bunch of other things that I want to put into my trays here to kind of figure out how I want to sort this stuff. You guys can kind of see what stuff I've got here. So you see I was kind of going for some of these round brick pieces here. a little Christmassy. Yeah, some PPP bros in the house. Brick Sergeant, this is like my second time streaming. Most of the Funny Farm folks actually kind of are showing up here though, which I kind of expected, and that's cool. Pardon me while I reach over. My cat is like inching up next to me on my side here. Alright, let's see what else I got here. Ooh, some bright orange of these guys. I'm just sorting them into some of these bins so I can figure out what I have again, honestly. And because of how I sort stuff, I mean, a lot of this is going to go in the same 2 or 3 containers. So it's not too bad. One of the last things that I had drafted, a bunch of tires and wheels and stuff. I'm going to save those for now. Let's see what else. Oh, I got another one of these guys here. Yep, I think you can tell just by the colors that, yeah, these came from those generic classic sets. Greg, do you happen to remember what the sets were? The set numbers? Yeah, I like that. Okay, bunch of bricks here too. Let me get into the bricks. I think I avoided the purple on purpose there, Greg, because I knew it was yours. Right, so, black 1x1s. I think you're right, Tom's Davey. Yeah, we do end up a lot of the same places, but that's cool. Some of these little yellow 1x1 clip modified ones. Let's see what else we got here. I believe these are the cool yellow. Again, my light over here in my build room is kind of casting off a bit of a yellowish hue, so some of the colors may be coming off just a little differently, but I think this is the cool yellow color. So, some 1x2s there. That's cool. Ah. 1x3 brown, which will be useful, because I don't really have any of these. And I got a whole bunch of 1x2 and 1x1 from another person doing pick-a-brick for me, and then my own. I think last week they had those as one of their new ones, so I grabbed a bunch of those. So helping round out my inventory here for building stuff. Same yellow as Diagon Alley. I think so, Scott, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It's definitely that lighter shade. Thanks, Greg. We'll see you later. Thanks for hopping in. Aha. This is one I wanted to make sure that I grabbed sooner rather than later during the draft, because I don't have pretty much anything of this color. This is 1x2 of that olive green, and you don't really see a lot of this out there, with the exception of buying stuff. Like the Parisian restaurant and all that, so I wanted to grab these just for purely inventory purposes at the moment, so I've got them if I actually want to use them for something. Let's see what else we got here. These sets that we combined had a lot of 1x2s of various sorts. I think that was like the biggest overall type. Yes, you're right, Scott. Haunted Mansion as well. Yep. I believe this was medium blue, so I wanted to jump on that because I don't have a lot of medium blue as well. some 1x1. And in this one, got some of that spring green or some of that lime green color, depending on what Lego versus what Bricklink calls it. And then I have virtually none of this stuff, but I wanted to get some dark orange. So I got some 1x1s here. Start building up some of that inventory. And definitely one of the top things on the list was this. Some 1x2 dark orange. So I was really stoked for that. I know like this, the Modular City Hall had come out, was it back in 2012? That had a ton of this color. That was way before I got back into Lego, so unfortunately I missed that. And I haven't really made a point to get a lot of this color, like from Bricklink cars and stuff, just because it hasn't been a priority. So perfect chance to do that here, and I did it. What else do we have? So much stuff here. Anything else? Anything good here? Everything's good. Ah. Yeah, exactly, Scott. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's just tough to get it otherwise. This is one I definitely want to get my hands on too, because I love these for texture. These little fluted bricks, I believe they're called, modified ones, with the different textures on the two sides. So I got a Rush Brown here. Build up some inventory with that. Very cool. So I had picked up the 1x2 cool yellow, or bright yellow. Figured why not grab some 1x4s as well. So nice potpourri of bricks there. And this set also had a ton of these 2x4 bricks of all kinds of colors. I mean, these are like the classic building kind of thing, so not surprisingly, you know, they've got a lot of just basic bricks. And I wanted to get some dark tan, so I did. So there's that. Alright, so I think that wraps up brick pieces, so I'm going to put those aside as well. For the moment. Excuse me while I move a couple things here. My space as I do this is a little limited, guys, so my apologies for moving things around and trying to figure space out. Okay, let me show you some other fun stuff. Some tiles and jumpers and all that cool stuff. Plates. So some 2x2, I would say traditional green tiles here. Good bit of those. That's helpful. How does the sorting work? So whoever is coordinating the event, the MC basically, they're the ones that are purchasing the sets initially, and they are the ones that are setting up the lots. So in this case, it was not Ned, it's actually somebody else in the group that did this one. But she actually went about and created like 490 or something lots of different pieces. It was kind of up to her about how she sorted them to best make it worth it and fair in terms of piece counts. Usually in the range of anything from 20 to 40 was the average of the lots. So you might have some lots where you might have a couple different types that were combined together. For example, like this one here. She combined some red and some yellow of this particular brick to kind of even it out, because it didn't make sense to have two separate lots for this. But it really does depend on the person that's overseeing it and how they want to do it. From the three that I've done, nobody's ever had any issues with it. We've been very happy with how the lots have worked out. Okay. One by two yellow tiles. That's helpful. You guys know I love tiling. My structures, interiors, and all that jazz. definitely helpful for that as well here. A bunch of 2x2 dark red jumper plates. I've got some 2x2 tiles that I bought over some Bricklink orders, but I don't have any of these. So now I can kind of use these to do some interiors, where I can put some of these down for, you know, minifigs and all that good stuff. Let's see what else. Pretty sure that this was my first one that I picked. 1x4 tiles. So this is another example of where it was her prerogative to actually match up 3 different types or 3 different colors of these to create a fair lot, a number of pieces. So if you look at these, otherwise it probably would have been, you know, 5 to 10 each instead of like 20 or 25 in a lot. And I think that's definitely fair. Got some red, some of that spring green, and I believe this is medium measure. So, very cool. Happy with those. Continuing the dark orange discussion, since I don't have any plates either, I grabbed a lot of dark orange plates. Because why not, right? Another example, just 3 different colors in this lot of 1x2s. Black, light bluish gray, and regular blue here. In my case, just because I'm organizing this way, based on how my orange sorting works, I tend to combine things like this first, and then I sort them into the 2 or 3 parts, bins for each respective thing. So this is purely just my process, that's all. And it's because I'm also showing you guys, but it's all good. Now this one's kind of funny because when I went into the Lego store today, I picked up a cup worth of 1x4 light bluish gray. So that one's a little moot, but kind of funny. Yes, Scott, you are correct. I sort currently much more by type of part versus color. But it does depend on in some cases on what it is. I'm still refining how I do things. It's an ongoing process. Forgot about these. This one was interesting. These kind of translucent, I think these are fuchsia? Translucent fuchsia or light purple or something like that. These pieces. I have an idea for these. I don't want to reveal it just yet. But I have an idea for a mock, so I want to use them for that. Oh, and I forgot one other one. 1x1 trans yellow round bricks. So, potpourri of stuff here. So go back to your question, Thomas Davey. Everything you see here, this is going to go in basically 2 of my bins. Either this style into one right now, or these guys into another. So it's not a major issue for me. It actually helps my process. Let's see, what else? What else? More plates, or more tiles, more plates. Good stuff. Dark tan. Love dark tan. Get myself dark tan stuff. Woohoo. I wanted to grab this one, I think also early on. I don't think the camera's showing it that well, but I've actually got 2 different colors in here. Got a few of the 2x2 whites, which is always good to have, but got a bunch Let's see how good this focuses here. I don't know if it will. Of these, like, light aqua colored ones. I have very few of those, so I thought that'd be a great little haul to grab. Alright. 1x4. I believe these are also medium blue. Pretty sure, based on the brick. Yep, same color. So medium blue there as well. I know, I'm feeling like really cool and chill right now, Dan. I'm loving this tunes. I just put on like a jazz playlist because it's like relaxing and chill. Pale blue tile on your pad wall. Ooh, lucky. Nice, nice, nice. I would have grabbed a bunch of those. Oh, and one more. Trans green. Thank you, Greg. I didn't remember what the numbers were offhand, Scott, but thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. What else we got here? Alright, let me grab another one here for some more random stuff. Oh. Some 1x2 spring green. I have some of these already, I think, from the pad wall, but figured I'd grab a few more because it was getting low in the draft and they were still there. I am too, man. This is just chill. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to have to play this kind of stuff more if I do more of these. So there you guys can observe, look more about what's in there. Or look at that, I should say. Alright, what else we got here? Greg was in full lurk mode there. Alright. I wasn't sure about these ones, but these kind of were still sitting around after a while, and it gets to the point in the parts draft where nobody really has an idea what they're picking anymore. We're just kind of picking stuff at random. And this is one of those where I was like, you know what, I'll grab these because I do kind of use these for like park benches and stuff, so why not? And same idea with these guys. So I got some reds, whites, and browns of those pieces there. Modify plates. Got some cheese slope kind of pieces here. 1x2s. So it looks like I got some reds and some brown, reddish brown here. Always helpful to get those. This one I'm violating my rules just a little bit because I'm mixing up a few different kinds here, but that's okay. So this one, 2 different colors. These kind of modified slope pieces. In red. And a little bright there, but it's regular yellow. It's not the cool yellow color. So got some of those. And I think this one also was towards the end. So some of these, again, spring or lime green. I am a rebel. I'm going to kick my own butt later for breaking my rules. So I got a few of these guys. A very bad boy. And some of these red ones. So, not sure what I'll use these for, but you know what? I don't have any inventory, so why not? That's the idea of doing these kind of things. A couple more random little things here. What you gonna do when they come for you? This one is another instance where the lot was mixed. So a bunch of these cool pieces here, these cone-shaped pieces. And then I like these guys, these fluted round 2x2s. Some of those in the slot as well. That's cool. Make sure to dump that into a black container here for a moment. Black on black. Was it around 20K? It was a lot. Definitely a big amount. So, unfortunately, there was a number of plates of larger sizes, and with how things went, they got snatched up very quickly. So, I ended up with, this is my only kind of large plates lot. So, some 6x8s in dark bluish gray, which are helpful for doing floors and roofs and stuff like that for mock buildings, so no complaints there. I'm an 80s guy, dude. 80s and 90s, so I don't know that. And then 6x6 in brown, reddish brown. Very cool. Okay, the last one. There were actually, Greg, if you're here, you can remind me too, or correct me if I'm wrong. I think there were like 4 or 5 lots of tires and wheels/rims. Like the last sets of lots, so you can say this one was like 488. And those were kind of hanging out like towards the end. And I've been on kind of a vehicle kick lately, so I figured, you know what? I would go ahead and pick up this lot because it's got a bunch of these. I forgot the size of these guys, but these guys have been around forever. These were around in the mid to late 90s when I was still doing Lego initially, along with a bunch of these rims. I think there were 20 of each of these in the lot, so this will be very helpful for doing some more cars. Yeah, I definitely know that one, Scott. I do know that one. That's pure 80s right there. I appreciate that. What did I pick first? Oh gosh. I'm pretty sure that it was one of the tiles. One of the tile lots. I don't know if it was this one, this lot, or if it was the lot that had these guys. But it was definitely one of the tile lots, because I definitely had my ranking set up where I was picking tiles first, because I value those for my interior and detailing work for floors. So tiles are really important to me. So I grabbed a bunch of those. My second group of priorities really came down to grabbing some bricks of various colors that I didn't really have. So other than the spray and grain, I tried to pick things I was either very low or didn't have at all. So that's where picking like medium blue came from, because I have very few of this color right now. The dark orange, I have like nothing prior to getting this in the mail today. I now actually have some dark orange, so that's exciting. At one point, I was kind of focusing on picking through some of these guys as like a third or fourth tier. Like I had a whole spreadsheet laid out that had probably 6 different groups of rankings of like group 1, group 2 parts, group 3 parts. And after a few rounds and people picking things, it was going really fast too. A lot faster than actually previous drafts, at least that I've been in, have gone. So it was a little hard to keep up. And after a while, I just kind of gave up on really trying to focus on my list and figure out what I wanted. So I was just kind of picking off of not every specific ranking, but off of the groupings at a point. And then I just shifted towards the end to, all right, what still looks good that's left. The MC, and Greg can confirm this too, she was fantastic. She was working on the master Google sheet that we had, and all of us could look at this in real time. As each of us was picking a lot, she would mark our number. So like I was number 9 of the 12. She would mark that number in the column for who picked it. And then with something she sets, that cell would vanish, or that row would vanish to basically clear out, everything that had been picked. So the spreadsheet was shrinking over time. And eventually got to a point, the window was only this big. There were like a handful of parts, 12 lots left. So we all were like, okay, whatever. So the last couple of runs were like, whatever. People are just picking, and we're just laughing at stuff. But yeah, again, you guys can see, in this case, a whole potpourri of stuff. Pull this all back out here. A whole bunch of stuff here. This was $56, but that included shipping. Well worth it to me because I got such a great amount of stuff. We had thought that with 12 people and the amount of parts and lots, that this was going to go 3-4 hours based on how previous ones had gone. Because we had half that, I think, in our last one. And we finished this with almost 490 lots in less than 2 hours. Yeah, Greg posted an hour and 40 minutes, probably an hour and 45 minutes. It was incredible. We were rocking through, zipping, just picking, boom, bam, bam, and she was on top of the spreadsheet. So it came down to everybody really being on point, picking what they wanted, or at least just grabbing something, not delaying the queue. And the MC kicked ass. She did. She kicked butt. And she kept us going on our toes. So thank you to her. But yeah, anyway, if you guys have a chance to do one of these, I would say absolutely do it, because it's worth it. If I recall, the idea was proposed originally from, a lot of you know Ned B, from various groups. He proposed to doing this, and a group of us joined in, and we've enjoyed it, and that's 3 now we've done. So, good times. What am I using? Streamlabs OBS, dude. Figured why not. Yes. There were like 2 lots of those round 1x1 eye tiles. That was really funny. And those were like down to like the last 10 or even 5 maybe. Excuse me. Of things that got picked. That was really funny. And I think we just threw them out to a couple people who we were helping kind of like proxy drafting for. So does anybody have any other questions about like how the process works and all that I can maybe help answer while I'm on here, at least with that? Soda can tops. That's interesting. I'd not thought of that idea. I think I've got some of those. Let me look at them and see. Let me think about that and see what they look like. Hang on one second here. So this is my little bin of the dots printed stuff and all the fancy little jeweled things. I threw some eye tiles in here. I assume you mean these guys, right, Scott? I could see that. I definitely could see that. That's a good idea. I will keep that in mind. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jet at this point. I just want to kind of take these out and at least pull them out and show you guys how this all works. And kind of talk to you about what it is and try to, give props and recommend it for those that may want to consider doing something like this in the future. It's a whole it's a blast. It really is. I'm going to go ahead and do some more sorting with this off camera because I'm going to have to get up and do a lot of other stuff, so it won't be quite as efficient as me just sitting here chilling. I do want to thank all you guys for coming on and hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and probably schedule another stream for sometime in the next few days because I have a few sets I want to build again for people, and I think that'll be fun. So it'll probably be like in the evening my time, like maybe 6 o'clock or so p.m. Eastern time, just so folks know to plan for that kind of thing. Again, thanks so much for joining, guys. I appreciate all of you coming to hang out. It means a lot, and it gives me encouragement to keep doing this, and I will. So thanks as always for coming to hang out, and I will hopefully see you guys next time I do the stream, and of course across different Discords and other folks' live streams and all that good stuff. So again, peace out. I'll see ya.